Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Season 3 of Icon Swaps released, so we're going to go ahead and check out what the best value is in regards to sentimental value and in regards to what I may actually choose in the general sense, right? Hopefully there's some Portuguese dudes in here. I haven't seen all the Icon Swaps in general because I'm hoping that there's at least one Icon Moments Portuguese guy, but there's probably not going to be because it's EA, right? I don't expect them to put any meta players in this icon swap, so we'll see how they end up doing it. But yeah, let's start off with Litmanen. We have a player that is from Finland with 5'11 height, high medium work rates, 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot with those base card stats. I'm looking at a sentimental value card so far. Pace is at 84, 86 sprint speed, 95 finishing, shot power is decent. Balance is low, so right off the bat for this card, if I were to use him in a team, it would most likely be with the engine chemistry style because you would give him 95 finishing, 88 shot power, good dribbling stats in the general sense, pace and passing and whatnot. I personally wouldn't do the card, but looking decent so far in regards to that. David Trezeguet, that's a card that like I obviously admired in real life. This guy was a really cool player to see play for France and for Juventus. Very, very interesting card. Does have poor dribbling though, so again, another sentimental valued card for sure. Agility and balance at that level makes these players kind of unresponsive. And this game isn't really like PES where like most players are kind of usable. Like it does make them a little bit unusable. But again, sentimental value with this card, 6'2", medium low work rates, 4-star, 4-star. It's just the dribbling that you are going to notice with the card. Gattuso's card does look actually pretty solid in regards to, again, sentimental value. The problem that I see with this card, right, is... Well, it's not really a problem, actually, because with this card being at 76 acceleration, 74 sprint speed, but has good defensive and physical capabilities in the general sense, you wouldn't really slap a shadow card on him, although it would give him really good boosts in the general sense for his pace, because it would give him plus 15 for acceleration, plus 10 for sprint speed. It's the type of card where I see him probably with a Hunter chemistry style, because personally I think giving him the boost for pace is very important, especially because he is a medium high work rate player. Transitioning left and right would be nice, and giving him some sort of shooting presence could be okay. People in Footbin have decided to give him a Catalyst chemistry style, which is this one. So you're giving him passing boost, but you're also... Okay, so Catalyst actually makes more sense because shooting, he's not that good at shooting. So giving him a plus 10 for acceleration, sprint speed is nice, as well as a passing boost could be a beneficial thing too. Engine card would only give him a plus 5 for the pace, but you would improve his dribbling. So if you're okay with the 81 acceleration, 79 sprint speed, that's okay too. So far, not into any of those cards. Michael Laudrup has... 4-star, 4-star, high, medium, 6-foot height. So we're starting off really hot so far on this card. Okay, so his balance is low. His balance is low, but he does have good dribbling stats in general. I think this one is the first good card, actually. High, medium work rates. What's his stamina? 82. This is a not bad one. So this is for sentimental too, but also very usable in the game, right? So with Laudrup's card as the 92 Icon Moments one, I'm looking at a Hunter chemistry style right off the bat, right? Because giving him the pace boost with the shooting boost at 92 shot power and 91 finishing, dribbling stats already pretty decent with good passing stats, and 82 stamina. 82 stamina is kind of low, especially nowadays, but it is a usable card. I think most people would have probably chosen Hunter. Yeah, that would make the most sense. So I would say that's an okay selection so far. Carlos Puyol, big sentimental value there. Huge, huge, huge sentimental value because Puyol's one of the best center backs I've ever watched. Leadership on the pitch and everything, just absolutely brilliant with him. This one's a pretty obvious one because, again, he has good defensive stats. He has good physical stats. You don't need to improve that. So for me personally, it would be a matter of giving him probably a catalyst, I would say, to increase his passing abilities, especially with the work rates that he offers in game and whatnot. That the pace at this pace over here, in my opinion, is not enough for this stage of FIFA as well, because it's so weird because Carlos Puyol in real life was super fast. Like there's that one clip where he was in the box for a corner kick and then he was running back to his defensive area and he was super quick. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Agility and balance is really low as well. So that one for me is sentimental value as well because the pace is not up to par for the defenders. Prime Icon pack at 9 icon swaps is very interesting. I mean, you can get anybody from the icon pack, right? I'm most likely going to do that as a content creator, but, you know, This card over here looks pretty cool, especially for Arsenal fans, right? 5'8" height, high medium, left-footed on the left side. 3-star skill moves, which sucks, but he does have the 5-star weak foot. Finishing's at 87, 83 shot power, pace is good, dribbling is decent. So what I'm seeing so far is that if I were to do this card, let's see what we're looking at in regards to the chemistry style, because this is also the icon moments card, maybe a marksman chemistry style. What do people decide to give him? A Deadeye. So a Deadeye because people think that his dribbling is good enough, which, to be honest, it actually is. I think people are correct. So the finishing boost that you would be given this card, with that 5-star weak foot, the Deadeye chemistry style, so you increase his passing as well. His dribbling is good enough, I think. So yeah, I think the Deadeye chemistry style definitely makes the most sense. Not a card I would do again, so none of these cards would interest me in the general sense, individually. But again, sentimental value with an Arsenal card, in regards to him being super usable, especially with the 5-star weak foot. No skill moves, but again, very, very usable card. I honestly, this card right here, I think he's garbage. So I've used this card a lot of times, especially in one of the player reviews that I had. And I don't know, man. It just depends on you. I don't think you should be getting a card like this at this stage of the game, right? If you give him a shadow chemistry style, he's definitely very usable for sure. But I don't know, man. When I'm using the card, I'm just like, this is so disrespectful to Ruud Gullit. Like, obviously, it's his baby card, but I honestly don't like this card. I do not recommend getting it. Although with the shadow chemistry style, it does make him very usable. Obviously, way better than using someone like William Carvalho in the Portuguese area, right? But I don't know. I personally didn't like him because it's Ruud Gullit. Does that make sense? Like, this card is good. It's a good card, but I was just like, this card, it's not up to par. It's like Patrick Vieira's baby card, right? Because I guess because of the medium work rates and stats still not being up to par, it's not a card I enjoy using, but there have been people that said that they do like the card. It's just not for me personally. Frank Lampard, huge sentimental value there. If I was a Chelsea fan, I would have done this card in a heartbeat. So I would say because of the stats that EA give him in this game, right? He has a decent card, right? I think for me personally, I probably wouldn't use him in the cam position, although he's a very good attacking player. Because of his high-medium work rates, I would most likely use him as a CDM with the Shadow Chemistry style, because if you see the boost that he gets in the card with the Shadow Chemistry style, you're looking at a card that is not that great at dribbling, but in the CDM position, it's not that bad, right? The pace boost with the Shadow Chemistry style, general defensive stat increases, good passing, great shooting ability with the 4-star weak foot. You're looking at a very, very nice card, mostly for sentimental value, but I wouldn't do the card as well, right? Paolo Maldini, I would say, is probably one of the first cards in this entire thing that is probably worth doing in the meta sense, right? Because this card, I've used this card before, and I really liked it personally. Now everyone's different, obviously, but he is a quote-unquote meta-oriented card. People have decided to give him an anchor chemistry style, which would kind of actually make sense, because if you can see his pace at 82 acceleration and 82 sprint speed, giving him an anchor chemistry style, right, gives him an 87 acceleration, 87 sprint speed, but it's that physical boost as well as defensive boost that is going to be very nice in the card, right? Now, again, I've already used this card. I think he's pretty meta for the time period before, not nowadays, because you're going to obviously have better cards at this time period when you can unlock all these icon swaps and whatnot. But he's a very good card, I will say. Generally speaking, however, I do think that I would still give him the Shadow Chemistry style boost, because Maldini has a big stock in game, right? His body type is very big, and he has the medium-high work rates. I personally think that with the acceleration and sprint speed boost, it's definitely better to give him that because of the pace boost that most of the attackers have anyways, right? So that's just a personal preference. I think this card's great with the Shadow Chemistry style. Kaka is a very weird card. I would say he is quite usable. I think that this is one of the potential cards that I might do just because I was a fan of this card in real life. And as you guys know, collecting coins through gameplay is not necessarily an ideal thing to do in this game anyway. So for the sake of getting a really nice cam that I just admire in real life, I really liked him in his AC Milan days. And unfortunately at Real Madrid, he was inconsistent because of injuries and because of Ozil just being on top form, right? I think this card is really cool. Now, for me personally, because I think the pace in the cam position is decent, I think that with the sniper chemistry style, you're looking at a very usable and just generally good card. There is something odd about this card in regards to him being 1.2 million coins, but he does play very nicely in game with the sniper chemistry style because 87 shot power, it might not be up to par for the standards nowadays with that finishing, but this card is very, very usable with the sniper chemistry style, specifically playing in the cam position or the striker position because of the fact that he has the high medium work rate. So this could be a very good potential card to get as well. I may get this card. He's at 15 icon swaps. I believe you get 24. So what I'm thinking so far is Kaka and the icon swap pull. That's the ones that I'm interested in so far. Kenny Dalglish, I would have done, being a Liverpool fan myself, but I don't know, man. His cards, like, I don't know. I might actually have to do Kenny Dalglish. I don't know. What is he? Is he 16? Oh, they pushed it to 16. We're gonna check it out value-wise because I love Liverpool. It's Liverpool and Porto that are my teams. Porto mainly, right? But with Kenny Dalglish's card, the reason why it's off-putting to do this card is because of the passing stats that he has. They are annoying from time to time when you are playing the game. But generally speaking, I think with a Hawk, did people choose Hawk? They gave him a Hunter chemistry style. I don't think a Hunter is necessary. I think if you give him the Hawk chemistry style to boost his shot power by a +10, his finishing by a +5, as well as his pace by a +5, I think his dribbling is responsive as enough. I've already used this card before, and I really enjoyed using him, mostly for sentimental value. Like I said, passing is annoying from time to time with this card, and being a 5'8" player up top as a lone striker could be something that isn't necessarily ideal, but I did enjoy using the card. I thought it was really, really fun. The only problem I genuinely had with it was obviously the passing, because the thing about the dribbling on this card, right, is he is 5'8" with those dribbling stats, right? So if you give him the Hawk chemistry style, giving him the physical boost, as well as the shooting capability boost, pace boost, good dribbling stats, you're looking at a decent card. So I would say so far, even without sentimental value, I would say that Paolo Maldini, Kaka, and Kenny Dalglish are the ones that catch my interest the most. So I'm going to have to second guess that Kenny Dalglish a little bit because he's a Liverpool legend. Like, what can I do, right? Ian Rush is a very interesting card because I've heard very good things about this card, especially since it is a icon moments card, right? So what I'm going to try to do is get some icon swaps reviews for you guys for these cards. Because I think it would be very, very helpful for you guys to decide which players you may or may not want to get. With Ian Rush's card, we're looking at a card that has 83 agility with 81 bounce, but pace is like okay. So what I'm thinking is that if you give him an engine chemistry style boost, this could be a very similar situation to Lewandowski's card, right? Lewandowski's card with the engine chemistry style boost to boost his bounce and agility to a similar degree is really, really nice. And I think that this card with the 5'11" height, decent physical capabilities, right? Passing is not necessarily there, but as a lone striker, right, with good finishing stats, with the pace boost on the engine chemistry style, and those dribbling stat increases, you're looking at a very good card. I do expect this card to play really nicely in game. 97 finishing with 97 composure, 90 shot power as base card stats with a 5-star weak foot is a really, really nice thing to have. So this card also looks very, very good. Next up, we have Dennis Bergkamp. So again, huge sentimental value for this card as well because of him just being an absolute beast of a football player in real life. This card actually looks kind of solid, man. I would say this card's one of those cards that's just piquing my interest a little bit. Is he 4-star, 4-star? He is. 6 foot height with medium work rates, right-footed, 4-star, 4-star. Has 83 stamina, so the 83 stamina kind of throws me off a little bit, but it is the best version of this card, so very, very big sentimental value. I'm going to keep using the word sentimental because I really personally believe that is the best way to play FIFA, right? Like, the fact that Quaresma came out, he's going into my team instantly, no matter what. Even if the rest of the team is garbage, he has to be in the team because it's just really fun to use players that you admire in real life or from the past or from the present, you know? So with this card, people have also decided to give him an engine chemistry style as well. So with the engine chemistry style boost, pace boost, dribbling boost, especially for the balance, because he's 6 foot tall, is definitely going to be very, very important. He does have very good base shooting stats with good 99 composure. So this card's going to be really nice in game. For 1.4 million coins, it's a lot of coins, but This card actually looks really good. I think the 83 stamina is the only thing that really throws me off about the card, but generally speaking, with the engine chemistry style boost, you are looking at a fantastic card as well. Next up, we have Juan Roman Riquelme. I wouldn't do this card because the pace is way too low. I wouldn't use him as a CDM because he lacks in defensive presence, but he's obviously a legend of the game, right? So, again, very big sentimental value for Argentinian players, for Boca Juniors fans, right? I just think, personally, this card would obviously need the Hunter chemistry style boost, which people have obviously given him as well. People have given him Shadow, which is completely pointless because I think that's just a troll, to be honest. The dribbling is okay, not really. I don't know. It's one of those cards, right? Like, he would be usable as a cam for sure, but 78 stamina, doesn't have the good base card stats for the pace. Dribbling is like whatever on the card. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. If he was Portuguese, obviously I would do him as well. So I think this card is mainly sentimental as well. Diego Maradona, obviously hugely sentimental, but does have the 3-star weak foot, which is a little bit off-putting, but he is a very, very fun card to use. I have used this prime version of his card, and I did enjoy it, or not prime, this is his mid card. I did enjoy him for the most part, right? Because you don't have to increase the dribbling if you don't want to. The thing about this card is that the way that they oriented the stats around this card is that it obviously looks like you would give him a Hunter chemistry style boost, right? Because the finishing for the shot power is kind of low. The finishing in general with a +5 is very nice, but the dribbling you don't have to improve, right? Physical capability is not really there, but this card with the high medium work rates, 75 stamina is really low. The passing stats are good base card stats wise, finishing and the pace with the Hunter chemistry style looks really good so far too. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, not too interested in this this icon swap season so far. I know that when I give my opinion on these things, some people don't like it, but you guys know I'm honest with this kind of stuff. Petit is the next one. We're kind of picking up the pace a little bit with these cards. Is that a Moments Garrincha? It's a prime Garrincha. Okay. Petit, let's see Petit's icon moments. A lot of Arsenal players, a lot of Arsenal legends in this one. So if you guys can collect them, you guys are looking fresh to death, all right? This one's obviously a card you got to give him a Shadow chemistry style. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, right? Last year, I absolutely hated this card so much. But for some reason, this year in that left center defenseman position, he actually moves around the pitch quite nicely with the Shadow chemistry style. I've used him in one of the accounts that I was using recently for a play review, and I really enjoyed using the card. I was like, wow, he's actually not bad in the CDM position. Being a person that is 6'1" with the Shadow chemistry style boost, the dribbling stats are okay because he's a CDM. That's mostly what you want to use him for. You want to use him as a person who has a good defensive presence on the pitch. And then physical capabilities with the card, pretty decent as well because he's a big guy in game, right? So passing is there. Shooting capabilities are decent as well, especially with the shot power long shots. Like, not a bad card over there. Fabio Cannavaro, one of the best center backs I've ever watched as a kid. What's that performance that he had in the World Cup that is still probably one of the best individual performances I've ever watched a center back play? I think it was against Germany. I could have been completely wrong, but dude, this guy was an absolute genius in his prime, okay? We're looking at a card that with the... You don't need to give him a Shadow, but the +15 in acceleration is really nice, I would say. Ooh, you know what? You know what? People are right. Engine chemistry style with this guy, because of his pace being at 80... What was it, 87, 86? That's actually quite nice. With the engine chemistry style boost, he looks like a very nice card. Like, he's obviously short, right? But it's all about the transitioning into the play, because heading is not really like a huge thing nowadays, and he still has 99 jumping, right? Like, he's obviously 5'9", but dude, it's all about being able to move left and right really nicely. With the engine chemistry style boost, this guy looks really freaking good in all fairness. He has a 3-star weak foot, but he does have the medium-high work rates, which is obviously one of the best work rates to have as a center back. Yeah, this card looks pretty cool, I would say. Carlos Alberto. Ooh, this card looks kind of tasty, right? As an icon moments right back card, this guy looks kind of decent. Balance is a little bit off. He is 5'11", but I think with an anchor chemistry style, you're looking at a fantastic card. So let's see what's up with this card over here. Not Garrincha. Already going to Garrincha because of the next one. Carlos Alberto's right back moments card. 2.1 million coins for this card. If you give him an anchor chemistry style, which for some reason I cannot find right now because I'm blind. The anchor chemistry style boost that you give on this card is really, really nice, man. Really, really nice. I think as a right back, this guy would be fantastic. He has the 5'11 height. Work rates, I wish was high, but it's high-medium. It's not that bad. I use Alexandro as a high-medium. That guy's just absolutely brilliant. You're looking at essentially perfect defensive stat, perfect pace, essentially. And physical capabilities are there. Yes, the balance is low, but he compensates really well for his other dribbling stats. So for the fullback position, it's mostly that and good passing presence, right? So he has 92 short passing, right? And 67 long passing. The long passing could be a noticeable thing for those. I think the threaded through balls are the ones that could affect the long passing, not the actual regular through ball, but yeah, I probably wouldn't do this card either, even at 2.1 million coins value-wise, I would say. Yeah, it is what it is with that. The Quidditch upload is going to be out in a bit because it's already uploaded. What's the next card that we have here? We have Garrincha at 21 icon swaps as well. Let's take a look at this card. We're looking at a card that has 91 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, 80. All these players have poor stamina. EA, what are we doing, my dudes? Like, you know that stamina is really low, man. That doesn't work in your game. It's so disappointing when EA just doesn't even understand their own mechanics, man, dude. Let's see what we have here at the bottom. So people have decided to give him a Hunter because his dribbling is good enough. So I would agree with the community that the Hunter chemistry style is the best card to give him for sure. Sentimental value in regards to Brazilian and whatnot. He does have the 5-star skills of the 4-star weak foot, which is obviously very nice as well. But yeah, kind of throwing me off with that as well because of the stamina. But looking like a decent card. Next up, we have Zinedine Zidane as the very last one. So, yeah, this is like the same as like them giving us like DDA Drogba's other card, and that card was like super generic as well. Does this card even look usable with a Hunter? Yeah, this is. I personally think this is a disappointing icon swaps because here's the thing, guys. When they did the icon SBCs before, I've seen people like Danny, R9 Rai, play the game constantly and unlock all the best versions of all the icons. This is not a good replacement for those SBCs, I would personally say, right? But for the sake of the video, in my opinion, dudes, you guys know how I am. I think that this is incredibly poor, especially since it takes so long to get these cards, and you're only going to get like one or two of these cards. This is very, very underwhelming, man. A lot of these cards, for the specific stats, they're just not up to par for like the way that the game is formatted, right? Competitive wise, is this card usable or not? Does Kaka at least have stamina? 87 stamina. Thank God he has a stamina. My dudes, after all the reviews for that, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, let me take a look at all these cards because I'm going to tell you from the beginning what I think is worth it or not. In my opinion, value-wise, okay? No. We're taking sentimental out of the picture, right? Yes, no. Sentimental, I would say, more than anything. Yes. Passing is off, but a little bit of a yes. No, I'll tell you the ones yes, a little bit, because the 5-star weak foot definitely compensates a lot there. He's okay. No. Usable, but stamina is low. Really good card. I really enjoyed using Petit, to be honest. Cannavaro looks really sick, but lacking in the height for the center back area, but you could just be a transitioning god and be like Conte in that center back area. Long passing is affected on him, and he's also a right back. Garrincha, not the icon moments card, which is unfortunate. And then Zinedine Zidane, like, if it was the medium-high work rated version and I could put him in the CDM position, debatable, but yeah. So I think for me personally, guys, because I really liked it's going to be very difficult for me to choose between Kenny Dalglish, Kaka, and Paolo Maldini. Because Paolo Maldini would be helpful for certain squads, but Kaka would be especially helpful. I think you get 24 icon swaps, so him being 15 icon swaps, and then the icon moments pack is at 9, 24 with that. That's what I would say the most, man, is Kaka, and it's because of the stamina. If he didn't have the stamina on this card, I would kind of like go away from this card a little bit, but I loved Kaka when I used to watch him, man. Like, I really did. So I think I got to do the card in regards to that. But Paolo Maldini would obviously be really good, especially with the shadow chemistry style or the anchor chemistry style as well. Mostly shadow, I would say. Kenny Dalglish looks like a really, really good card as well. It's just the finishing that throws him off. But with a hunter chemistry style, guys, he looks freaking sick because he also has the skill move. So these three are the only ones. The only problem with Kenny Dalglish is that if you choose Kenny Dalglish, you can get the icon pack. So for me personally, boys, I'm going to go with the icon Kaka most likely, and the icon pack. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Be sure to let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. You guys know that even if people don't agree with me, I will give my opinion regardless of how I feel about the content that EA provides. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I will catch you guys for the next one. I'm going to do the storyline cards afterwards, okay? Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Peace.